Okay, so hello and welcome to this session with CETA, who we are delighted to have as an event partner for the International Airport Online Summit. I'm Craig Waters, the editor of International Airport Review, and joining me now is Marco Picci, the Head of Business Development for Airport Operations and Border Management at CETA, who is going to take a look at implementing robotics and automation. We are running two audience polls during this session, so please take a look at the polls tab on the viewing platform to cast your votes on those two questions, and we will take a look at the results in a little while. And afterwards, Marco will take some audience questions, so if you want him to expand on anything or you have a question, then please use the questions tab, which you'll find on the viewing platform too, and we'll try and get through as many as we can. So Marco, it is now over to you, please. Thank you.
Thanks, Greg. Thank you very much for the introduction, and I'm very delighted to be with you in this forum today. I'm giving you an overview of on this successful proof of concept, which is about robotics and automation at the airport. This proof of concept took place over the summer at Naples International Airport. In fact, back in April this year, Naples Airport shared with us what were their main challenges in recovering the operations after the lockdown. And among the many of them, as any other airport, some of these were in the following areas. Cleaning, first of all. As the airport reopening, of course, one of the challenges will be to keep the airport as clean as possible and even more clean than before. So much more repetitive tasks, more cleaning cycles and selected areas to focus on. Sanitization, which is not really, it's not a must-have, but is a very good nice to have, as helps the airport communicating to the passengers this sense of security, travel with security. So airport is sanitized by any pathogen or viruses, and it's important to say as well that this is not an easy task, because sanitizing the airport with UVC solutions means that you need to have unmanned tasks. So there must be no human being in the area while the UVC sanitization is operative. Another important challenge was the passenger addressing. So how do we address passenger, in particular, reminding continuously to keep the distance and wearing masks? How do we better communicate with passengers, because there will be a lot of changes as well in the airport operation, pathways, unidirectional pathways between exit and entry. So there would be more need to address passengers with this. So we identified a solution, an integrated solution that embraces the airport operation system, robotics, and video analytics, and Naples International Airport was kind enough to accept to host this proof of concept in their airport. So this integrated solution is composed by three main systems, as I said. So the airport operation, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this to explaining what the airport operation system does, because I assume that most of you knows what the airport operation is and does. Most of the medium to large airport are already using a system like this one, and it runs the operation leveraging their digital platform. Sometimes it's called airport operation system, or it's called airport management systems. Sometimes it's called just AODB, even though the AODB is only one component of the airport management system. It helps manage in real time all the airport assets, fixed and mobile. In this particular case of Naples, the airport operation system is provided by Software Design, which is a CETA company based in Naples. The second component is the robotic platform. So there are a number of robotic solutions in the market. We have been scouting for a platform that would have the following minimal specifications. We wanted to have a completely unmanned platform solution, ideally from a single provider with multiple robot types to fit the identified use cases, such as the floor cleaning, the UVC sanitization, as well as the mobile kiosk to address passengers. We wanted to have everything into a single management platform, remotely managed, and of course, with a very much reduced provision and rollout times, because we had only 8 weeks to deliver this POC because the airport was due to recover operation at the end of June, and therefore we had literally 8 weeks to deliver this POC, and in which we literally worked 24/7, day and night, including the weekends. Finally, last but not least, the easy integration with the airport operation system, of course, because the platform needed to be integrated. So we were looking for a solution, a platform that could be easily integrated with the airport operation system. So the choice for this POC went on a Swiss company called Robotics that kindly provided the robots and the support for this POC. The third component is the video analytics, because as you will see later on, plays as well an important role to automate the whole platform. And here as well, we went scouting in the market, and the specs that we were looking for was to leverage the existing airport CCTV, so just not to do further investment, but to leverage the investment already done in the airport. So they had already a CCTV in place as any other airport, and we wanted to interconnect with this and leverage this platform. Start with a cloud solution and then eventually extend it to an on-premise solution as it grows. We interconnected initially we started this with the cloud in this POC, as we had 17 CCTV cameras connected. The other important requirements was the feature of the video analytics. What the video analytics needed to capture. One is the no mask detection, because we wanted to identify passengers without not wearing masks, or people counting more than social distancing, because we believe that this was a much more efficient way to operate. So people counting is very important, and the crowd detection. Here as well, we needed to have a solution with a reduced provision and rollout times and the easy integration with the airport operation. So we used, for this POC, we used the video analytics solution from an American company called ZenSource. So what is the concept of operation? Those three systems, the video analytics, the robot platform, and the airport operation system, are integrated to each other. So they communicate through APIs. So very simple integration. The video analytics is provided with a very simple and well-documented APIs. So the video analytics read the image, interpret what is happening from the CCTV camera, and translate this into metadata that the airport operation system can digest and process. And then the airport operation system take a decision based on this, and can activate, again, through APIs, activate the robot, which is with the missions that are pre-configured. So to give you an example, so let's take the example of a baggage reconciliation system, where we want, for example, that at the end of any baggage reconciliation, the robot will clean the area around the belt number 1, for example. Okay, so in this case, the airport operation system knows when the reconciliation at belt number 1 is over, when even the last bag has been reconciled, and therefore is now waiting to understand whether there are still passengers in the area of the belt 1. So when the video analytics will see that all the passengers have cleared the area, so there are no more passengers around the belt number 1, it will inform the airport operation system that area is clear. And as a consequence of that, now the airport operation system will communicate to the robotic platform, start mission 1. And then at that point, the mission 1 was pre-configured already in the cleaning robot. So as you can see, the mission goes and clean. So the robot clean all the area around the belt number 1, clean also the exit area where the passenger were transiting, for example, and then he came back to his place to change the water, the cleaning water, and then recharge the batteries if needed. These robots can also be activated in other 2 ways. Pre-configured, so you can pre-configure a mission on a given robot that, for example, starts every half an hour. The mission will last 10 minutes, and then the robot will come back to its charging position, and therefore this can go, completely autonomously as it has been pre-configured, or can be manually activated by a manager, by an operator through a normal web app that is available. Or again, as we have seen before, through the APIs from the airport operation system in an completely automatic way. Now, I hope you will see also, I have a video for you. I hope you will see it. So if we look at the 3 use cases one by one, so the floor cleaning robot can be leveraged in the baggage reconciliation areas we have seen. We can be used in the passenger waiting areas, can be used at the boarding gates, for example, wherever you have a large area where, it can also be used when passengers are present, because the robot will automatically stop. But normally in all the areas that are visited by a lot of passengers and you want to keep it very clean. So it's a repetitive task that the robot can do. This robot, as a prerequisite, need in their charging point requires a water supply and a water discharge. So whenever the robot will have cleaned all the area, can come back to his charging point, can discharge the dirty water, can charge the clean water, and at the same time can charge his battery if needed. So what are the benefits for the airport? Of course, with this type of robots, you remember at the beginning that the airport needed to do more cleaning cycles, and with the same staff. So either you do, in order for you, if you double the cleaning cycles, you should normally double the staff. So which means also double the cost. So with this type of solution, normally you have a very attractive ROI, because the cost of a robot would balance the additional the increased cost that you would have in resources, tools, machineries on the other side, in the manual or standard way, let's say. So in this way, you can take the staff that were normally cleaning this area and reallocate this stuff into other things. So maybe the 3 or 4 resources that were used to clean this baggage reconciliation area can be utilized, for example, to clean the desks in the check-in or in the gates that also needs to have more cleaning tasks and more sanitization, etc. So you have a complete reshuffling of the cleaning resources. The robotic solution would help you not to necessarily increase the staff and increase the cleaning machines. All of this also, the other advantage is that all of this is done in a very timely and automatic way, and you have also automatic reporting, which is also a very nice to have, no? So that you have automatically reporting of all the tasks that have been started, completed, you know, all the duly reported in from the airport operation system. And of course, this replaces as well the drive-on machines. So if you are acquiring this type of robots, you don't need to buy the drive-on machines on the other side. So again, then the business case will be done airport by airport. The ROI will change airport by airport, depending on the size, depending on the staff, depending on the cost. So, but in any case, I mean, based on our experience, we can easily create a positive ROI. Here you see in this area, for example, in the baggage reconciliation area in this moment, there is no passengers, there is no human being, it's completely empty. And therefore, we are using two different types of robots. You see on the bottom of the room, there is the cleaning robot, the floor cleaning. And here on the front, we have the UVC robot that is cleaning the area at the same time. So here with the UVC robot, normally the areas of application for this type of robot would be in the arrival hall toilet. Normally in the arrival hall of the airports, you have large toilets that are used by passengers when they arrive. We have on the baggage, in the baggage reconciliation area, passenger waiting areas, boarding gates, restaurants. So these are normally the areas where in the airport would be nice to do the UVC cleaning. And as I said before, remember as a prerequisite that there must be no human being in the area because when the UVC is active, can damage the skin and sight and eyes. So this might be completely empty. So the benefit is that we are killing completely all the germs and pathogens in the area, as well as the coronavirus. And could be set up to work automatically, so completely unmanned, also this solution, if this is combined with video analytics. So maybe with a video analytics can, so if the video analytics spot any human being in this area, automatically would alert the airport operation system that will stop the robot. Could be a solution. And also, of course, this can be, all the activities that done by this robot are, of course, timely and automatically reported. This is, you see also in this example, is the utilization of the robot in the toilet at the arrival. There is a large toilet there, and this robot was automatically cleaning the area at given times on when activated by the airport operation system. And same would apply, for example, in the restaurant at the airport. So when the airport, again, you see the restaurant is completely empty, the airport is closed, there are few hours a day, the airport is closed. During the closure, the robot could be used. So the third robot that we used is this one, is the mobile kiosk. That we used two mobile kiosks simultaneously. One at the one on the left, the check-in, and the one on the center is the one in the baggage reconciliation area, so that whenever passengers are arriving at the airport at the check-in area, they are sort of greeted by this mobile kiosk that goes around and meeting, literally meeting passengers arriving in the check-in, and reminding the passengers to keep the distance and wear mask. Same will do, exactly the same will do the one in the baggage reconciliation area. Very important, because this was extremely important in the arrival, because especially when we have seen that especially when the baggage reconciliation was starting, so the belt was moving, everybody was literally going around the belt without forgetting completely about the social distancing requirement. So the kiosk was really literally going to the passenger and in the middle of the passengers, you know, reminding them, keep the distance, and you will see now, you will hear now their voice. So I will activate the voice of these robots.
Use your face mask and keep safe distance. Si prega di usare la mascherina e mantenere la distanza di sicurezza. Use your face mask and keep safe distance. Si prega di indossare la mascherina e mantenere la distanza di sicurezza. Please wear face mask.
So here you see these mobile kiosks can be used in many different applications. The one that you have seen is just to remind passengers to keep the distance and wear masks. Can be used in check-in hall and baggage reconciliation, as we have seen just in the previous slide. Can also be used as a self-service, for example, a self-bag drop or a smart path registration, again, mobile. So you could use this robot wherever is needed, maybe moving the robot from one check-in area to another check-in area to propose to offer self-bag drop or smart path registration as the airport needs. Maybe you have more passengers at a given time in check-in from 1 to 5, and maybe 2 hours later you wanted to move it to check-in number 10 to 15. So this robot can move and can offer the self-service, self-bag drop or smart path, for example. You can send it to passenger waiting areas, again, to remind to deliver the message. You can use it for events. Maybe you have an airline setting the base at the airport, and you have a celebration or you have an event. Maybe you can use this robot to present a multimedia, to run a multimedia on his screen for the event, maybe the advertisement of the airline rather than a message. All the multimedia can be configured from remote. So in the interior, inside this robot, beside the robotic part, there is a Windows 10 laptop. So you can, from remote, you can decide which content to run. You can, in real time, manage the content of this laptop, and therefore you can change a video or audio as you need. So can be used as well for marketing activities or even for advertisement space. Maybe you want to rent the robot for just advertising. So this will allow as a benefit to address passengers in a complete unmanned way, is remotely managed, can even generate ancillary revenue. And again, here, all these activities are automatically reported. The feedback from passengers has been fantastic. And I animate also this last video for you. You see that the robot now has been sent on the area where passengers were not keeping the social distance. And therefore, you see that the robot automatically goes, literally in the middle of passengers. And you see that passengers are taking pictures with it. There are kids that are playing with it. So the feedback from passengers also has been really great. This has been running for 1 month alone, these two robots, up and down the airport. And the feedback also from passengers was really good. That's it. That's in summary. I want to thank really the team that worked tirelessly for 24/7 for 8 weeks. But at the end we made it. So Naples Airport opened with the robots. It was a successful one. Thank you.
Excellent. Thanks so much, Marco. Really great insight there. Exciting to see those machines working. So I'm aware of time. So let's start off by looking at the results of the 2 poll questions that we've been running. So the first question that we asked was, when do you envision the use of video analytics in the near future? And the most popular result was with 67% was within 1 year, and followed by 33% within 3 to 5 years. So what do you think of that result? Is that a surprise for you that 67% think that 1 year?
Yeah, definitely. Because video analytics is not an expensive technology. So the benefit of this technology are enormous, especially if we are integrating this with the airport management system, the airport operation platform, whatever is available at the airport. So it's very important, the integration. And of course, it's a technology that leverages already the investment of the CCTV already done. So it's not, it's just, it's a matter of connecting the CCTV stream with a server that applies artificial intelligence to interpret the data and create this database that from which the airport operation system can take the metadata and take actions accordingly. So it becomes the eyes of the airport operation system. So you are giving eyes to the airport operation system. This is very important. So the airport operation is not just about, it's a flowchart, pre-configured flowchart. It's really reacting to what the camera is seeing, to what is happening. Imagine, for example, an unattended luggage. So the video analytics can spot an unattended luggage and immediately alert, for example, the security. So I think that is a great technology for sure.
Okay, good. And the other poll question was, when do you envision the utilization of robotics in the near future? And the most popular result with 40% was 1 year. So are you surprised by that? Was that what you expected?
I would say yes. I mean, it's good. I mean, if 40% would adopt robotics in 1 year, I think I would be. I mean, I would be really pleased. Of course, depends on the adoption of robotics. Depends very much on the return of investment. So robotics technology is more expensive than the video analytics. So I think that I believe that it's a case by case. It's really a case by case. So airport by airport, we need to build the proper ROI because the investment depends on the performance of this ROI, depends on their configuration, of their size, of the present cost, the present total cost of ownership of the present activities that the robotics should replace or should complement. So it's a case by case.
Okay, good. So let's move on and take a look at some questions. So let's look at the list here. So we have Anders, who is asking, is the cleaning robot able to discharge dirty water without human intervention and also refill and recharge batteries without any human intervention as well? Can you explain a little bit more?
Yeah, it does. So the robot in the charging point, so there will be a tool that is installed in this charging base that is able to will allow the robot to discharge the dirty water, charge the clean water, and at the same time recharge the robot. All of this is done automatically. Yes. Okay,
good. And we have another question. So Imad is asking, how do the robots behave when there is a crowd of passengers in its path? Can you explain a little bit more about how the machines get around?
We saw this in the last video that I showed you. The robot can take two options. So the robot is on the base of the robot. Normally, you have lasers at 360 degrees, so it spots immediately an obstacle. And so if there is an obstacle that is stopping the robot, we can either tell the robot stop and wait for the path to completely clear, and then you keep going, or try to surround it. So it can be configured in these two ways, and we tested both in Naples Airport. We tested both ways, and we had no issue at all. The robots were, you see, also sometimes where the airport was really crowded in some areas at certain times, and the robots were really going straight into the passengers, and we never had an issue. It was a really good result.
Excellent, good to hear. So another question, so your solutions that have been piloted at Naples Airport, which has been really successful, what are your agreed next steps with the airport to make the solutions a permanent project?
Yeah, we need to, I mean, we are working with the airport to evaluate what is the best way forward. And we need to, as I said before, create the proper ROI. This will take some time because those robots are embracing different departments and the different decision makers, and the ROI. So we need to build the ROI and have it approved. So it will take some time, but I'm confident that that the platform will be finally adopted, or portion of it, or bits and pieces of it, maybe 2 robots instead of 3, maybe video analytics and 1 robot. The configuration will depend on the performance of the ROI that we are doing together.
Good. And could you tell us a little bit about what the price point would be for such solutions?
Mm-hmm. Well, this type of integrated projects are about designing a new concept of operation together with the airport authorities, not just selling equipments. So just providing the unit price of a robot would be totally misleading, because it's not just we are not buying one robot. We are buying as an integrated system, and we are changing the concept of the operation. So there are so many factors involved. So if I would tell you the price of a single robot would completely be misleading, but you can think about in the range of $30,000-$40,000 would cost just the robot. But then maybe in overall in an integrated project and with the right ROI exercise might still prove cost savings at the end of the exercise.
Okay, good. Well, unfortunately, Marco, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for your excellent presentation and answering those questions there. Thank you.
Thanks to you. Thanks to all of you. Thanks for the attention.
Thank you. And a message to the audience, please do check out the sponsors and exhibitors page on the platform, where you can find out more from SITA and to also connect with their team. And also a quick reminder that if you have missed any of the sessions that we've held today, don't worry, because they are all available for you to watch on demand via the Summit platform. So Marco, thank you again and goodbye.
Thank you. Thanks to all. Bye.